Let's talk about sacrifices. I left my parents when I was 14 years old in the hopes of becoming a footballer. I didn't eat junk food. I didn't drink alcohol, cigarettes. I didn't even drink soda or eat Maggie. And I barely had a social life, all in the dreams of becoming a footballer. And well, did I achieve my dream? An act of giving up something valued for the sake of something regarded as much more important or worthy. I was 14 years old when I left my comfortable life at home and moved away in the hopes and dreams of becoming a footballer. To be very honest, I was thinking about things from a big point perspective. I wasn't really thinking about things for the next year or the next 2 years. I'd watched ample interviews of athletes who were playing at a really high level, especially in football, and a lot of them had to leave their homes and their families to set out on their journeys to becoming or reaching the level that they were today. So that was obviously something I had to do too if I wanted to play at the same level, which basically meant I had to sacrifice a comfortable lifestyle, the love and safety of being at a home with your family, friends, experiences, all of that. But, well, for me, it was quite clear if I wanted to be at the level that these athletes were, and if they sacrificed this, then this would be something that I would have to sacrifice too. Which brings me to my first point. When you think about sacrificing something, don't think about the small or immediate downsides to it, but instead try to think about things from a bigger perspective. Now, don't get me wrong. There were a lot of kids in the academy that I went to that were much younger than me, and they too had chosen to leave their loved ones in the hopes of becoming a footballer. Which brings me to my second point. No matter how much you're sacrificing, there's always going to be someone out there who's sacrificing more than you are. So if I ever thought to myself that I'm doing enough, I would sit with myself and think again. Now, the next point I'm going to talk about adds to this. If you think you're comfortable with how much you're sacrificing, then you're in a trap. Listen up. I believe society has set out this trap for us middle class folks and maybe even upper middle class, where we're just in this comfort zone where we can get by life with comfort and not really have to worry about a lot of things. Especially growing up as kids, we get food on time. We have all the water that we could possibly require and a roof to sleep under. I realized all of these contrasting perspectives from living a comfortable life with my parents until the age of 14, and even now, since I'm living with them again. But when I started living alone, I realized that a lot of us, me especially, were stuck in this sort of dogma where we're in this comfortable zone where we just get enough to get by. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a huge difference between comfort and luxury. I'm talking about that comfort zone in specific. So, when I started living alone, I realized that true growth and expansion of our mind, body, and our soul happens in discomfort, which a lot of times we might impose on ourselves by choice or not by choice. The point I'm trying to make is by sacrificing something big, you live in this uncomfortable zone. And when you're fully in that zone, you will notice the vastness of its potential. So ask yourself, notice the little things that are keeping you in this comfort zone, in this trap. They could be things like unhealthy food, alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, all of these things. These are things that are created to keep us in that comfort zone, in that trap, where we don't realize our true potential and a lot of times how great life can really be. So, going back to football, the first thing I realized by sacrificing my family and a lot of things and moving away to play football was the amount of confidence it gave me. And I do know that it wasn't the inner child in me, but it was the fact that I was ready to leave everything behind for what I wanted. It meant however difficult the journey would get, it wouldn't throw me off. How many other times my coach would throw us all back into the C team, it wouldn't throw me off. It's become like a mad dog. I don't know how to explain it, but it's scary sometimes when I think about it. So the third point I'm trying to make is if you can get rid of that one big thing in your life that might or might not be a hindrance, but it's something that would be difficult for you to let go of, then you will transform to this crazy person that really takes things to another level completely, where no distraction, no obstacle, and no setback can shake you.
He's got nothing to lose. When a fighter ain't got nothing to lose, he's dangerous.
In today's day and age, I've also noticed this very common trait or thought where people go like, what's the point of sacrificing so much if things might not work out? All that time and sacrifice is just gone down the drain and wasted. Or we only live once, so we might as well just enjoy it to the fullest. Or if we don't enjoy now, then when? Now, when it comes to sacrificing and regretting it, I can tell you from personal experience that's a myth. I left my parents when I was 14 years old in the hopes of becoming a footballer. I didn't eat junk food. I didn't drink alcohol, cigarettes. I didn't even drink soda or eat Maggie. And I barely had a social life, all in the dreams of becoming a footballer. And well, did I achieve my dream? Well, no. You could say, what's the point of sacrificing so much if you didn't achieve what you wanted to begin with? And the answer, my friends, is regret. I know not a single day for the rest of my life will I feel like I didn't do enough or I didn't sacrifice enough for my dreams. Transitioning to the next phase of my life became all the more easier because I was content with that chapter of my life and I didn't hold any resentment towards any of it. So, the last thing I want to talk about is what I'm sacrificing right now. At this very point in my life, I feel like time is my biggest asset. And to be very honest, I feel like I do not have enough time to get what I want to get done and to be where I want to be at. Knowing that, what do I choose to sacrifice? So, I chose to sacrifice sleep. Now, personally, I have been someone that has always tried to make sure I clock in 8 hours of sleep, mostly because of being an athlete, recovery and all of that stuff. But does that lifestyle seem suitable for where I want to be? No. So, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. Let's go. The point I'm trying to make is ask yourself where do you want to be and what would you have to sacrifice to get there. You might have to make small sacrifices or big sacrifices. And to be honest, if you really want to get there bad enough, then no sacrifice will seem big enough. That's it for this video, guys. Now, the whole reason for me sharing all of my experiences is just for credibility. I don't want you guys to think that I'm just saying stuff and I haven't really dealt with them or I'm just saying it off of a script. These are all experiences that I've been through and I'm trying to share how things worked out for me. And by no means am I trying to flex or rub it in anybody's face. I've always been someone that's preferred to work in the dark, but I've noticed that this sort of content resonates more with people. So that's that. So, like I said, time is something that's really valuable to me right now. And to be honest, for the past few months, I've been experimenting with different time management techniques and all of that stuff. So stay tuned for my next video to learn how I go about managing time for consistency and optimum performance. And last but not least, if this video did inspire you, then please share it to somebody that could use this inspiration too. Don't forget to like this video if you gained any value from it. And also, do subscribe if you want more such videos which will get you riled up and really go after life. So until the next video, bye bye.